All right, everybody, welcome to this next part of the Packet 2 playlist, I guess I'll say. And what I did in the last video is I introduced you to the second article of Packet 2. That one's called Future Food, and that one is actually asking you to write more of an essay as opposed to the first article, which is asking you to kind of just do like a mini essay or kind of like a do now. So a little bit of a shorter response. So this one, again, like I said, is an essay. And what I was able to give to you guys is I was able to give you that nice list of the strategies to answer an essay that we talked about right before we left for the break. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each one of these strategies, maybe draw them out or underline some stuff if it's important, and then I will let you be on your way for that. So the first strategy that I'm giving to you here is to make the DWBB box to break down the question. Not going to spend a whole lot of time on this because we talked about it in other videos, but this is where you actually make the box that says DWB/B, and then you write down what is the question asking you to do, or to do, I should say, and then do what goes in the W box, and then the B/B box, that is where you will put your evidence. Again, evidence is like, just pretend like you're a police officer or a detective and you're looking for clues. And those clues will help you to solve the mystery, right? And the mystery here we're solving is, solving the prompt or answering the prompt. Okay, so think of yourself like a detective or a police officer there. Okay, the second one we also talked about is circle the question words, right? Put a box around the verbs that tell you what to do. So in the last one, I told you could be circling them. Well, I also wrote down here that it might help you to distinguish between those if you put a circle around question words, right? Like what or how or why, right? So question words would be what or how or why, right? I'm just going to put what and how because I'm taking way too long here to be able to write that out. But so, those would be some question words. And then a box, we'd put those around the verbs that are telling us what to do, right? So in the last one, it said give, or maybe like show an example, right? Something like that there. So those kind of things would be, what you're looking for to put a box around there. Okay. Now for number 3, it says, remember in a question or prompt, what means you need to write 3 things that you're going to list. How means you're going to need 3 ways to explain, and then why means that you need 3 reasons to support your answer. So anytime, and this goes for any class or any test or any paper or whatever, but if it's asking you for what, you'll need to list 3 things. How, you need 3 ways to explain, and then why means you need 3 reasons to support. You're never going to go wrong if you have some extra evidence in there. Okay. The next one that we talked about, especially if Miss B was in your class, is underlining the instructions. So if the instructions are telling you to write an essay, well, then you would underline where it says write an essay, right? Not rocket science on that one. That one's a little bit easier to do because it's just an underline, right? No big deal. I'm going to erase these little annotations because they're making me crazy. If they'll work. Okay, my eraser is possessed, so maybe not. But anyway, so we're going to go back into the rest of this thing here and pretend like this nonsense isn't here. So the next part is dissecting the prompt, okay, or coming up with the simple answers to what's being asked. These will become your main idea statements, and I even put it in capital letters, right? When you're looking at the things that the question is asking, let's say that it asks you to do 3 main things, right? Describe something, um, list details, and explain. Okay, those would be your 3 main idea statements that you're going to want to answer, right? If it's asking you 3 questions, or if it's asking you to do 3 things in the prompt, then those 3 things will become your main idea statements when you write them out. So if I'm flipping back into that last page that tells you what the essay is actually about, it's asking you, to describe what the future food is. It's asking you how people think about it, and then also your opinion. So, wow, those 3 things right there might be your 3 main idea statements or 3 main idea statements or sentences that go in your first paragraph. Wow, it's kind of funny how that works, right? So, in the next video, I'm going to tell you how to get those main idea statements into your intro